heart of Hollywood, beyond the flashing cameras and the red carpet smiles, there exists another world. A world hidden from the public eye, where the most powerful billionaires and the brightest stars gather under crystal chandeliers and candlelit corridors. These are not simple celebrations. They are spectacles of wealth, excess, and ambition. Nights where money flows like rivers, secrets are whispered in corners, and the drama unfolding could rival any blockbuster script. This is the untold story of Hollywood parties. Outrageous billionaire drama. But here's the question. Are these nights simply glamorous escapes, or are they secret arenas where power is fought over like a crown? Stay with me, because once we step inside, you'll see why Hollywood parties, outrageous billionaire drama may be the greatest show you've never been invited to. The guest list of legends. In Hollywood, an invitation isn't just a ticket to a party. It's a declaration of power. Who's allowed in? Who's left out? These questions define careers and reputations. Imagine this. Jeff Bezos hosting a Beverly Hills gathering where Leonardo DiCaprio mingles with tech giants and reality TV icons sip cocktails beside Oscar winners. At Elon Musk's famous Halloween parties, the costumes alone can cost more than the average home, with guests arriving in futuristic armor, diamonds, or golden masks that look like they belong in a sci-fi film. And here's the twist. Money alone won't buy you a seat. Some billionaires have begged, offered donations, even tried to sponsor events just to get in, and still been turned away. Why? Because in Hollywood, access is the true currency. And if your name isn't whispered in the right circles, you don't exist. So ask yourself, if you were invited, would you go just for the glamour? Or to prove that you belong in the most exclusive room on earth? Mansions transformed into other worlds. Step inside these parties, and the real world disappears. Billionaire mansions become entire fantasy realms. Hugh Hefner's Playboy Mansion, once the epicenter of Hollywood indulgence, staged jungle-themed nights complete with real animals roaming under starlit skies. Beyoncé and Jay-Z's post-Oscars parties transform estates into glowing kingdoms, where the air itself feels enchanted. One mogul famously turned his pool into a massive glass stage, hiring dancers to perform above the water as guests drank beneath chandeliers imported from Europe. Another billionaire flew in sand from the Maldives to recreate a private island in his backyard for just one evening. And yet, here's the lingering thought. If one night costs millions to create, is it still just a party? Or is it really a declaration of war in Hollywood's never-ending battle for dominance? The price of excess. At these gatherings, nothing is ordinary. Champagne doesn't pour from bottles. It cascades endlessly from golden fountains. Food isn't served on plates. It's flown in from Paris, Tokyo, or Moscow, and sometimes presented on the bodies of models. And the music? It doesn't come from a DJ booth. It comes from legends. Beyoncé, Drake, even private symphonies flown in for one night only. Diddy's infamous white parties, where every guest was required to dress in flawless white, cost millions to stage. Yet the real value wasn't in the music or the champagne. It was in the photographs. Proof that if you weren't there, you weren't relevant. But pause for a moment. How much of this is about joy? And how much is about power? When you spend millions on one night just to prove you can, what does that say about the world behind the velvet rope? Egos colliding under the lights. Where billionaires and stars collide, so do their egos. Rivalries don't disappear at the door. They flare under the flashing lights. One Oscars after-party nearly collapsed into chaos when two billionaire producers refused to be in the same room after clashing over a failed movie deal. Another time, Elon Musk was spotted in an icy exchange with an actor who had publicly mocked him, their tense words hidden beneath the thundering bass of the music. And this is where curiosity deepens. What else happens in these corners of dimly lit ballrooms and candlelit gardens? How many secret feuds are born here? How many careers quietly crushed before the first glass of champagne is finished? Scandals that shattered the illusion. Every glittering story has its darker twin. The Playboy Mansion, once hailed as the pinnacle of glamour, eventually became infamous for allegations of misconduct and excess, shattering Hefner's carefully built empire. Tech billionaire parties in Hollywood Hills mansions have also made headlines, some ending with police sirens, lawsuits, and careers left in tatters. And then there are the whispered tales. Billionaires whose marriages crumbled after photos leaked, stars whose careers collapsed after being caught in compromising situations, moguls whose reputations never recovered after one wild night went too far. So here's the question, is the risk worth it? For a night of fame and excess, would you gamble your empire? Deals made in the shadows. Not all secrets born in these parties are scandalous. Some are worth billions. At Bezos' Beverly Hills parties, producers and investors mingled with Silicon Valley moguls, striking deals that shaped the future of streaming platforms like Prime Video. At Weinstein-era Oscar gatherings, scripts were sold, careers launched, and collaborations inked under candlelight long before contracts were signed in boardrooms. It's ironic, isn't it? The laughter, the music, the endless champagne. They mask the truth that these parties are not escapes at all. They are negotiations in disguise. And it makes you wonder, which of your favorite movies, shows, or music careers started not in an office, but in the corner of a billionaire's living room at 3 a.m.? The darkness beneath the glow. But with power comes danger. The stories are chilling. Young stars lured into circles far beyond their control. Billionaires indulging in excess until reputations collapse. Secret recordings turning into lawsuits that echo for years. The glow of chandeliers hides the shadows of manipulation, addiction, and exploitation. The paradox is haunting. These are the nights everyone dreams of. But they are also the nights that can end dreams forever. And it makes you ask, would you dare to step inside, knowing what lurks behind the glitter? Nights that became legend. And yet, despite the scandals, some nights live on as legend. The roaring excess of Hefner's 1970 soirees. The dazzling all-white pageantry of Diddy's Hamptons gatherings. Elon Musk's futuristic ragers, filled with costumes and laser shows. Beyoncé and Jay-Z's Oscar sanctuaries, whispered about as the most coveted invite in the city. These aren't just parties. They are cultural milestones, remembered not for the drinks or the music, but for the ripple they leave across Hollywood. Dynasties are born. Icons fall. Deals that shape industries are whispered between champagne toasts. So the final question is this: are these nights simply entertainment, or are they the hidden engines of Hollywood itself? Behind every glittering smile on the red carpet lies a secret. Hollywood's billionaire parties are not just glamorous escapes. They are stages of power, excess, and scandal. They are the places where reputations are made, where empires collapse, and where the real Hollywood drama unfolds, away from the cameras. And maybe that's why they fascinate us. Because deep down, we know that the greatest stories in Hollywood aren't always written on film. Sometimes they're whispered in the shadows of a billionaire's ballroom. If you enjoyed uncovering the secrets of these outrageous nights, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more stories hidden from the spotlight, and share your thoughts in the comments. If you had the chance to walk into one of these parties, would you take it? Or would you stay on the outside, watching the legends from afar? Because in Hollywood, the real drama doesn't always play out on screen. Sometimes, it begins when the cameras are off.